Yo, welcome back. So I'm on a big garage conversion. My first ever big job this was on my own as such. It's not the world's biggest job, but in the sense of planning it all, first fix, second fix, board, everything, all on my own. So yeah, it's nice really. Come here to second fix. It's cold today. The van, been doing, wow, how long have I been self-employed now? We are about the 4th or 3rd of November and I started the 1st of September. So it's going good so far. I've just been manic. The past few videos have just been me unboxing all the kit and stuff like that. So I've had a backlog of videos, whereas now it's going to be work videos. So let's stop waffling. And today we're on a second fix of a garage conversion. Overall, this is the state of the van at the minute. Literally finished a massive kitchen utility extension thing, first fix and stuff past few days, so it's been everywhere. I got sent all the stealth mount stuff for this. I literally just haven't had time, just non-stop working. So I need to fix that, because at the minute it's just bodged with bungees. Van vault working a treat, and then down there we've just got loads of junk Verso stuff. So we are fitting a variety of Verso stuff. We've only ever fitted the fuse boards before, me and Nick, hence saying I or we. But yeah, I'll take you into the job, bring all my kit in, and let's have a look at the Verso goods. Right now, I'll show you some of the products and what kit and everything we're using in a minute. But this is the job. So originally this bit here was garage to around there. And obviously this was just a little back conservatory room here. So this wall has come out and this has all been blocked off here. So the garage is outside the wall there. And then this is all going to be a bit of a living space and a bit of a utility back there, just out the way. So yeah, overall, even the plasterer's done a good job, to be fair. So hats off to him. He's a bit of an all-rounder. He's doing a bit of the flooring as well. But I've just pulled this through because another nice thing really, the other trades here, they didn't just pull these through, they wanted to double check. I wanted them this side rather than that side, which makes a change. Normally they just wash them through wherever. So good job. But we've got a socket down here with a coax point, and I'll show you a new little thing I've found to make that work and look a lot neater. We've got a double socket down there. All the lightings are BT14s, just LEDs. And then we've got a switch here, which will do the light, and then also a separate switch for the fan. Then we've got, what we've got going on here, outdoor lighting feed switch cable, which is the flex. We've got feed at the switch, and then we've got a 2-core and a 3-core. So this will switch that light and that light, but then it also can be switched from down over there. Just ignore that cable flapping down, that's all got to be redone, and that switch is moving, so it's not going to be out of zones before everyone shouts at me. And then in here, we've got a BT14 and a fan, another double socket down there, and that's an isolator, 20 amp isolator switch for a outdoor double socket. Spoke too soon, didn't I? There's always something. Set the IMX level up, laser level, so it's lasered all the way across, and this was battened off with lath, said to bring it down just below, but obviously it's not happened, but oh well. So we're just going to patch that in eventually. Obviously the box has got to sit there because obviously these are 35mm boxes, so it needs to be below the lath so it'll actually go back flush. So just have to fill a little hole, but it's not the end of the world, that's it. And then with this one here, obviously we've got an aerial point and a double socket. So in this box of goodies here, I've got one of these. So it's a double and a single together, so that'll go like that. So that'll be nice. This is some of the Verso range. As I said before, I've only ever fitted the boards. We've got a board in here, got an 8-way, but because the surge protection and the SPD and the MCB for that takes up a few ways, then you're actually left with 6 usable ways. Then we've got some breakers, RCBOs, some blanks, just in case, and it's always good to keep some of them in the van. I checked the box last night, and this was fine. And then I've carried the box in and must have, well, let's just say I slipped through the box and dropped it, and I've accidentally smashed the Verso thing, which that's just any plastic accessory. If you drop it really hard or drop it from a real height, it's obviously going to smash. So, oh dear, oh dear. Anyway, let's have a look at some more stuff. So we've got a few switch spurs. These, I've got the live in and live out on the top. Something like that. I need to have a look, but they're meant to be really good. Double sockets, same again. Nice. So let's stop faffing, cut this, and that's that first one marked out. So I'll just set it on the side now. I'm going to multi-tool this one out, make sure there ain't a random other bit of lath, and then I'll go along and cut the rest of them out. And that's that one done. Like I say, just get your laser nice and bang on. Obviously this here, it's one of them. I did say, but then obviously it's not been done, so it's like one of them. But just a bit of filler on that, that'll be fine. And we can always keep these bits of plasterboard, cut that same shape out, piece that back in because there's lath there, screw it straight in, and then just filler the cracks. Them all cut out, all lasered across, all mint. That one works really good actually. So obviously your aerial point that side, double socket that side. Loads of insulation behind it, but managed to make it work. Obviously we've got a few holes to patch up, but it's not too bad. That one I managed to rescue. No holes to patch up on that one. So I'm just going to second fix all this now, get it done. And I'm using the Verso double socket. First one's on, nice and neat, tucked around. Overall, really nice socket. Obviously you got the earth point both sides, which is a good thing. And I like how it's the standard. I love the double sockets where they've got the live on the right, neutral on the left. I think that should just be a standard issue or rules as such of that configuration. Because you go to some, normally it's the cheaper brands where they have it the other way around, or they have it like down at the middle, and that is just gross. Whereas this is nice finish, subtle branding, just a little V in the middle, not too in your face, and then the switches just nice and soft. So jobs are good. And sorry I ain't got loads of footage, but yeah, it's one of them. Been a bit noisy. The lads have been here cutting insulation and stuff. So what we've got going on is the socket's on, that socket's on. Like I said before, this is all getting filled. Technically that's not my fault. I did tell them to bring it through below, but it is what it is. Stuff happens. This is on. It worked really well, this back box did. I'm going to be buying a lot more of them. Really good. Obviously the coax point I accidentally smashed, so yeah, I'll put that on next time. I've got some more outdoor lighting to do over here at this job. And then we've got one on over here. So overall, after fitting those 4 Verso double sockets, I'd say they're really nice. Even the white tabs, normally they're a bugger to get in them white tabs, but they're like, just go in dead easy, and they look like they're fairly easy to flick out with your knife. Like they can't come out just willy-nilly, but if you get your knife in there and just flick it out, there's a lot of wiggle room in there, which is nice. Whereas previous brands I've used, like Click or something, you struggle to get them in sometimes, or the Schneider ones are horrible. So yeah, Verso, really nice sockets. Definitely be stocking up the van with these. Let's move on to some fuse spurs, eh? The lighting situation in here, before we move on to the fuse spurs, we've got a 2D fitting BT14 going there. Here we've got a switch link cable, which goes over to that light, and then 2 feed in, feed out. And that one, when I did it, so that's all perfectly in line, and it's all perfectly in line all the way down through. Just some extra little touches, just makes it look good. Here we've got a right bird's nest of cables. We've got the switch here and the switch there. And then we've got the outdoor black flex here, which I've just looped up temporarily. The white cable is the aerial cable, which is that one. I haven't actually even ran that in. The customer just asked me to cut a back box in and put the front on. And then the aerial guy is doing all the rest, and he's ran all these cables. But that black flex is going to be tucked nice and neat up against the back of that gutter, so you can't see it by the fascia, all the way along to a new outside light going same position, black whisker box, and then another one round the corner, which is already a link cable. In here, same again, little tiny things. I said to the lads, make sure you bring it through in the centre of the room and centre the other way, so it's all in line with those ones. They've kind of got it there or thereabouts, but it was a little bit off, so I said, look, it's 2D fitting going here, so it's a big circle, so it's all going to get covered, so I'm just going to move it over, and there's also about 3 or 4 cables missing out of here. So let's go fishing. I feel like I haven't spoke to you guys in ages as well, so how I've been getting on the past couple of months with the Milwaukee gear, really good. Noticed the batteries, obviously Nick used to use the 8 amp Pro Core batteries, and obviously just naturally because it's 8 amps, it would last a bit longer and have a bit more torque. But these, the 5.5 high output ones are really good. The 5 amps are good, but they just go dead a bit quicker, but that's just because it's a smaller battery size at the end of the day. But overall, really like the multi-tool, really like the combi. Impact's mint. If anything, I always have to turn it down because it's a bit too strong. Obviously, I'm not sponsored by Milwaukee. This stuff I got through the sponsorship of Unilight, so using that money rather than actually Milwaukee themselves sponsor it. So if I honestly think this is rubbish, I can say it. Or if I want to throw this on the floor now and kick it, I can. So we're in the utility. We've got a double socket going there, and originally this was just going to be a single box, so one of those being cut in, and then a fuse spur just to isolate the outdoor socket. Like to do that as it's good really, just another point of isolation. Come to change the outdoor socket at any point, you just isolate it nice and easy on the outside. You ain't got to turn the whole power off to the utility or anything like that if they've got the washing machine and all that on the go. So nice and easy. But then I spoke to the customer and said, because it's a radial, you can obviously just tap off. I said, I can fit one of these if you want, and then you can have a double socket in that corner and the fuse spur and a double socket here, because he's having like the fridge, freezer and a dryer or something in here. So I thought I'd offer it, and he's gone for it. So it's another little thing. Another little tip, if you cut the back out of the double socket and then feed your cables through it, it will allow you to, when you use your level, obviously we're not using the laser in here, so it's not set up. So when you use your laser, when you use your level, you can get that bang on, like so, and then get your level on it. Obviously, I normally do it below, but you can't really see that in it, I don't think. So you level it up like that, and then draw around it. Whereas if these cables weren't there, you're trying to push them back, it would just flap in the way. Go. So once that's all nice and level, just draw around it, like so. Pull that off, make sure it's still level, and then draw along your bottom line, like so. And then cut that out. Another little thing I'm going to do, I'm going to check where this pipe runs. I'm 99% sure it just goes straight up. And then, oh no, it can't actually, because there's a window there. Where does it go? Let me have a look. So I've just looked, and this is the video. And this is proof that I said to him, don't bring my cables through, tie up against timbers. So let's have a little watch.
Now, first fix is complete, so it's all ready for you, mate. The only thing I'd ask for is the sockets where I've done them. It's all within regulations, so when you bring them through, could you bring them like a bit lower than the stud works? Obviously your box, your cut out boxes are like that, so don't bring them through tight to the timbers, because then when I cut out my box, it will hit the timber and then we'll have to do patchwork. So if you bring them through just below, but all the same height, that would be great. Cheers.
And people moan at Sparks when I sent the builder and stuff, videos like that. I don't think you can be much more helpful than that. And even like, look how handy this is. Look at the back of that video. So if I scroll back a bit, you can see. So you can see there where the water pipe runs. So it runs straight across there. So now I know that's going to be just straight below and I'll be fine. So that's proof. Because I know loads of you in the comments are going to be saying, I bet you didn't really tell him. That's in. So what I'm going to do, well, I've got to push it back, but the radial comes into the socket, and then this is super long, so I'll cut this and use a bit of a link in between, and then that's the load side which goes to the outdoor socket. So I'll push this back, get this all terminated. I'll show you a bit of the terminations. What I was saying before is I ended up recording a load of shorts doing the terminations on all those, so I'll actually show you a bit of the Verso range termination wise. Link cable in between, so we've got power coming in, power going out across to the fuse spur, and then the load out. So now the first step of what I do is use my CK croppers. I have got a new pair in the van I need to use. Yeah, I'll let you decide what happened with that little bit there. Let's just turn around again because before I get shouted at. But yeah, so what I do is score the ends where it enters the back box, grab the earth down here, split it and pull it up. Is just grab it in the big bit and just apply a bit of pressure like so. That sounds so wrong when you listen to that back. And then you come down here, cut in between the cores like that. Obviously I'm doing this a lot slower because I'm trying to show you. Normally it would be like just nice and quick. Grab the earth like that, grab it in between the front bit, so grab it like that, give that a pull to the bit where you've already marked like so, and then you separate that twin and earth, pull that up, and then normally you just give that a good wiggle and pull it and it'll come off, and then cut them all so they're all the same length. Just makes it easier when terminating. And look, you can get them nice and neat then in the back. So cut them like so. So now it's a case of I pull the earth up out of the way, strip back how much I need to connect into the Verso double socket. So just quickly go around and do that. And then I'll sleeve it all up. So I'll catch up once the sleeving's on. So there we have it, raw cut, stripped, sleeved. So earths I just bend up out of the way, like so. And then come in with the accessory. So we've got a double socket and a fuse spur. So what I'll tend to do is I'll do the fuse spur first. I've just realised as well. So the load side in the fuse spur, obviously I'm having one cable going into load and one into the supply. So I'll double over both sides of that because there's only one conductor going into both. I just like to do it. You don't necessarily need to, but it's just a bit better. So I'll strip a bit more copper back and double these over. Double them over, I just keep these in my pocket. The Nipex long nose pliers, or you can get the 7-in-1s. I did have a mini pair of these, which were amazing, but I did actually lose them or leave them on site and they went missing or something like that. Definitely didn't lose them, but oh well. And then Nick let me borrow these, and then they've always, let's just say, been commandeered into my pocket as such. So every time I work with Nick now, I say, "How do you want to borrow my Nipex?" And he just goes, "Don't you mean mine?" And I'm like, "Well, you can have them back if you want." But this is the Verso fuse switch spur. So we've got live in, neutral out. I've just said them the wrong way around because I was looking at the camera. Earth bar on each side, live out and neutral out. So it's quite good how live and neutral are both in this. The in ones are on the same side next to each other, because then you can just bend your cables nice and nice. Nice and nice. I can't speak today. That's it all terminated, and that's what we're left with. Nice. So then I'll push back like so, and then obviously here we're left with this, so the double socket to do. This is what I was talking about earlier, about how easy the white tabs go in. Obviously some people detest these, throw them in the bin, but it really does just make it look a little bit better. So you look how easy these go in. That's it. Sometimes you struggle like mad. So let's put this one in. That's it. Look, not coming out. Some of them you put that in, do that, and it'll just go straight out. But no, these ones all in. Job's good one. So nice finish. And this one was, I opted for the flex outlet as well. I always think it's better just to put that in, just in case in the future they ever want something wide in here. I know 99% of people don't do this, so that's another good little tip for your apprentices. Check that it has actually got a 13 amp in, because you never know what it comes with unless you don't check. I know standard it's a 13 amp, but at the end of the day, 2 minutes checking is worthwhile. So well, we got a 13 amp, so that's fine. Push that back in, and that's nice. That popped out dead easy. And pushed back in nice and easy. So let's get the double socket on, and that's it. All done. Nice and level. Them back boxes are a real nice touch. So literally look at that. Seamless. And the perfect gap as well, so they're like just touching. Yep, I'm really impressed. I think I'm going to be using these back boxes and the Verso range a lot in the future. So let's hop onto this one, cut that out and wire that up. But my GoPro's on 2%, so I'll put it on charge for a bit. Cut these two switches out. That one, a bit of patchwork, because this one there's a big beam there to there. So I had to put it a touch higher. So is what it is. That will all be sound. But these are the Verso 2 gang switches. So nice smooth finish. Good click to them. Nice and easy. Just common L1, L2. So I'll wire these up. Just need to get some brown sleeving from the van. That's that switch on. All done. Overall, just yeah, real nice switch. Same again. White tabs just went in nice and easy. Dead easy to click. Some of them to start with they are dead rock hard, but no, nice and soft. Good click to them. Luckily, I had some brown tape in the van. Didn't have any actual sleeving, but brown tape is good enough. Obviously, just identifying your conductors. So I'll get this on. This is a 2 gang as well. So one to operate the outdoor lights, and then one to operate the light above my head. That's that other switch on. Like I say, it's a little thing to patch up, but there's nothing I can do there. It's not really. It's one of them, but overall they look good. So same height all the way across. Nice. So we've got light and fan switch. So light and fan. Another little problem I found. There's only one cable here originally when I first walked in, and obviously there was a lot more here, so they just didn't bring them down. So I had to chop a bit and see them out to find them. But is what it is, they're going to patch it in, and the BT14 should cover it anyway, but we'll piece it back in and seal that hole. Further on in the day, been to the shop, did nip home for about half hour to eat loads of spaghetti bolognese. Yeah, joys of being self-employed, I suppose. But then, also not the joys, is like 4:30 on a Friday, and I'm still here just finishing off some bits and bobs. And then tomorrow I think I'm coming back to do the fuse board. So yeah, picked up the lights. So we've got 4 bulkhead BT14s, diamond LED lighting ones. That's what they look like. You can change the wattage and the colour range, so that's good. So we've got one going there, one over there. We've got one coming here, and then one going in there. Obviously the lads have patched that up a little bit and sealed that hole above, so that's good. But yeah, we're getting there. I nearly stepped in that wet concrete then, nearly. And the other thing I was going to touch on is this cable here. Obviously it's a 3-core for that. Technically, it's a hard one. What do you do to get to that existing switch? Do you go down all the way around? I know I said that switch was moving, which it was originally. This whole wall was coming out and the switch was originally going to go there. Sorry, I nearly died choking on my chocolate bar. What I was saying is originally that was going to go there, and I was like going to extend, cut a little hatch, extend that cable down to there. And obviously then that would have been within zones, and then the zones going that way within the height of the ceiling. It looks like it's just out, but it's not. It's fine. It's a fine. It's a fine. And then also, if someone used common sense, that's going to be screwed up there. So you'd think the cable would be in the zones of that, even though it's only 12-volt long cable. But anyway, so what I was saying is, do you run a cable all the way down like that, or do you do it this way? Use the zoning of that for that socket, and then obviously technically this bit's out of zones, but how often do you screw things down into the floor? And it's like, well, you saw how deep it was. It's a good 6-7 inches deep down below the floor. So there's literally no way of that getting damaged. That's within zones, that's within zones. So I don't see anything wrong with that. I think personally that's better rather than coming down here, going all the way around. So let me know. Tomorrow I'm going to come back and film another video fitting the Verso fuse board. And I've got a bit of trunking to do, a bit of conduit work. So a bit of everything really. And then also at this job, I've got to wire up the sheds. So whilst the ceiling was down, the customer said to me they want power in the shed. So I said, right, it's a great opportunity. Run your armoured here rather than having it on show, clipped around the outside of your house or buried. Obviously it's better just being inside. So I've done all that. So now it's pretty much just all second fixing. But today, I say to one of the builders earlier, it's one I wanted to get here and smash the job out, but then I've not recorded properly in the past few weeks. I've just had a backlog of videos, so I need to start recording again. So today I've been doing a lot of filming shorts, long form, everything. So overall, the Verso stuff, well, I think I'm definitely going to use it. I think that's what I'm going to use from now. Like before, I used to use Click, but I think that's better. The terminations were dead, like nice and easy to do. Yeah, overall, that's a pass from me. So I'll be using Verso from now on, and I think it's quite nice actually because we fit the Verso boards. So if you use everything Verso, then you just build a backlog of stuff, and then you always have little bits in case you need to chop or change something. So yeah, and I tried to stick to one range really. So thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one. Bye.